welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to Colorado Rapids versus St. Louis City SC, MLS 2024, Week 23. Technically, I think this is St. Louis's, this is their 22nd match, Colorado's 23rd, so really Week 22. But I mean, yeah, they're my second favorite team. So, yeah, that's why I'm streaming this match. Second of all, I just want to do some on Sunday. So, Domingo Futbolero, but MLS this week. I barely get to do St. Louis matches because they're played an hour after Toronto's. So, why not? Let's see how John Hackworth's City side does in his second game tonight. Why not? Felt like doing some on Sunday, keep some momentum going, and why not? So, that's why I'm here. I like just doing some on Sunday night. So, with that being said, starting 11s are as follows. Chris Armis's Colorado Rapids. In goal, Zach Steffen. The back four, Keegan Rosenberry, Michael Edwards, Andreas Maxu, Sam Vines. The defensive midfield two, Connor Ronan, Oliver Laraz, Cabral, Kevin Cabral, Ollie Bassett, or Cole Bassett, Omir Fernandez, Navarro, Rafael Navarro. For St. Louis City, Roman Berkey, the back four, Akil Watts, Michael Wenzel, Tim Parker, Reed, Jaden Reed, Durkin, Jabulo Blom, Jose Kajima, John Klein, Indiana Vasilev, Nokfi Torreson. So that's the starting 11 for that game. What happened? Chose not to continue with it. That's what happened. But could be a good game tonight, hopefully, for St. Louis versus Colorado. How we doing, Mile High? Who you got winning? St. Louis? I think St. Louis under Hackworth was playing a little bit better, but they do have a lot of injuries. They actually, yeah, they do. They do. Leuven, Klaus, Olstrak, Pompeu. Yeah, there's a lot of injuries there. See what they do. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players on the bench. It's going to be a bad night, I guess. 7 on the bench. Thoughts on the USSF considering replacing Berhalter with Steve Cherundolo? I think it's stupid. It's honestly a bad move. It's a bad move. I think they're both trash managers. I think they're both frauds. I think Cherundolo's slightly better than Berhalter, but that's a low bar to clear. Like, Cherundolo should only be like a third option if you can't get Klopp or somebody like a Williford Nancy, which, if like you go straight to Cherundolo, you have problems. Or you're just dumb. Either way. Or you're just dumb. Either way, it's better than going back to Bob Bradley. It's better than going back to Bruce Arena, and it's certainly better than keeping Berhalter, but that's really much of a low bar to clear. Thoughts on the U.S. men's basketball team and the Canada men's basketball team? They're both good rosters. I think they're both good rosters. I think they're both good teams. I think they both will probably win a medal at this Olympics. Question is how the draw ends up, and then we'll see what medals they could win. But I do believe that both teams could win medals. on the men's side. I don't know why they're not. It would be honestly, if they don't get them, I feel like that would be a stupid move. How we doing, Moro? Oh, look, there's a new profile pic there. Is that an inside joke? You actually Appalachian State fan? How we doing, Alex? Is that an inside joke, or you are an Appalachian State fan? I hope it doesn't hurt his national team career in the future, but I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, RSL's playing well. He's a very good player on one of the better teams in the league. The team needs him. There's Leagues Cup going on. You know, I don't really blame him for saying, I'd rather play on my club team than just sit for 3-4 weeks hoping somebody gets hurt and not playing if that doesn't happen. So I don't blame him for making the decision he made, but why this match only? Well, there's nothing else besides MLS tonight, and St. Louis is my second favorite team, and they normally don't play in positions where I could do games for them. If you notice, they play basically, it normally seems like they play an hour after Toronto. I'd love to do more St. Louis games. I've done a couple. I've done, of course, their playoff matches. I did their CONCACAF matches. I did their first match of the season. Actually, I think maybe first two. But besides the CONCACAF matches as well. But I would have done Open Cup matches if they were in it, but they weren't. So there you go. But Stefan in gold, back four, Vines, Maxu, Edwards, Rosenberry, Larraz, Ronan, Cabral, Bassett, Fernandez, Navarro. It's tough. Their form is not as good as they've been for the past 2 months, and they're not as bad as they started the season. They're in the middle. And I think you're starting to figure out and find out that where you are struggling is where you really are. I don't think there's much to learn from that. I'm doing good. Well, there you go. I'm not even going to predict Canada will upset Argentina. Starting 11 for St. Louis. Berkey, Reed, Parker, Wenzel, Watts, Durkin, Blom, Vasilev, Klein, Kojima, Torreson. I'm not even going to predict it. I don't know. If I ever do one, I might have to do it for WrestleMania next year. I've got, 8 months to think about it, but if I ever do a WWE watch-along, it would be WrestleMania next year. Well, then again, I can't listen to the entrances, which that's kind of half the thing. I don't know. Maybe I'll find a way to put headphones into my TV or something and be able to listen to it. I don't know, but we'll figure that out. Maybe. Player to watch is Berkey for St. Louis. That makes sense. This is true. This is true. This is true. And also the USA. And also Mexico. And also Chile and Peru. So there's a lot of people we could pull cards on if you really wanted us to. But I'm not doing that yet. Teams are walking out. Colorado wearing their maroon burgundy shirts. St. Louis wearing their white Confluence kits. Those are some pretty cool jerseys. See how this one goes? But St. Louis versus Colorado. Colorado is doing really well this year. 34 points. St. Louis sitting in 12th with 22 points. 26 points would put them above Dallas. And Dallas is losing right now. So if Colorado or St. Louis were to win, they would be above Dallas. And they'd be climbing their way back up the table. One, okay. She has money. Second of all, she has a rich football playing boyfriend. And that's yeah, no. I actually have to say I'm glad Speed didn't do it. That would have been something. That would have been like, really? I'd have been like, I mean, I guess it's some sort of clout thing, but I'd be like, you got money. Your man got money too. You want me to buy you a watch? That's a little bit questionable. Personally, CM Punk. It won't be though, but personally, CM Punk. Exactly. In both cases, it's like, really? It's like, it's got to be the clout. Under 3. Now, I think there's going to be more than 3 goals in this game. I think it's going to be a high-scoring match. It's going to be a high-scoring match. St. Louis will probably get 2. I think Colorado at least get 2. 2-2 at least. Colorado beats St. Louis 3-0 on June 19. 1 point in their respective coaching careers. Jesse Marsch and Marcelo Bielsa both wanted to coach the USMNT. USSF rejected both of them. Now they're both in the semifinals, and the USA didn't even make out of the group. I honestly was rooting for the Uruguay-Canada final because I wanted to see the Leeds coach final. But I guess the storyline of the USMNT seeing coaches they said no to for that idiot Greg coaching in the final while they're sitting on their couch also works too. But I'm going to be standing more with the Leeds final. Well, I agree with Punk. I'd love to see it. I agree with that as well. But, hey, at least you benefited real well from your home schedule, your home-heavy schedule. It's hard to win on the road anyway. Game's about to start. It's hard to win on the road anyway. I say there's a 30% chance. That's something. I say there's a 30% chance that Canada can pull it off. Works for me. I wouldn't say there's more than that, but a 30% chance is very big in my opinion. Still probably won't, but I'll take a 30% chance going in. Marcelo Bielsa and Jesse Marsch were fan favorites to replace Berhalter after the 2022 World Cup. And it didn't happen, did it? Was Jesse in Leeds at that point? 30% is way too big. Which of the 3 Texas clubs is the best? Right now, Houston. I think Houston right now. I think the Houston Dynamo. In my opinion. But let's look at the table. Houston is the highest. Then Austin right next to them. Then Dallas. I'm on Houston. Yeah, I'm going to go with Houston. The one who didn't play today because Hurricane Beryl. Well, still Tropical Storm Beryl as we speak, but will be Hurricane Beryl very likely within the next couple of hours before landfall because it's coming right up towards Houston. And there's going to be tropical storm conditions as we speak, which is why they postponed the game between them and LAFC because it was in Houston. So, no, don't park the bus. Play the way you played the first game. Nice. Hope you have fun. And then a month from now, I'll be going to a Mets-Cardinals game at Busch Stadium. The one I should have been, well, the one I did go to Busch Stadium for in May, but got postponed. 4th versus 12th in table position. 40 goals for, 29 goals for St. Louis. Plus 4 goal differential for Colorado. 6, -6 for St. Louis. 10-8-4 for Colorado. 4-7-10 for St. Louis. Game's about to kick off. I don't think we would beat Argentina on penalties, but it would be interesting to see what happens. Drew Fisher's the center ref tonight. Should be interesting. We'll find out. Here we go. St. Louis to kick off the first half of 2 here. And we're off. Adult small. Who will win? I'm going to go with St. Louis. I'm going to say the new manager bounce keeps going. Just a hunch. I'll probably be wrong, though. But, hey. I appreciate it, though. Scoreline, 3-2 St. Louis. Throw in for Colorado. Vines to take the throw in. I appreciate that you try. Put it like that. If I plays forward, that's out. Idrissi or Bernadeschi? Bernadeschi. And I guess if it does work out, and I do get that Mets football shirt, I'll wear it to the Cardinals-Mets game. I was planning on wearing the Stroman jersey again, but you know what? Shit, if I have a reason, and it's in by a month, which it should be. Bernadeschi's been out of form lately. Well, the rest of the team's shit anyway, so I do too. Well, which one are you talking about, though? The first logo or the 2020 logo? Which one are we talking about? Because if you're talking about the original, I love that logo. If you're talking about the 2020 logo, that was ugly. And you are in the minority, heavily. I know it's crazy, but Canada had the group of death, but they made it out by the skin of their teeth, but it still worked. Freddie Adu said CONCACAF and CONMEBOL should merge together because the Gold Cup and CONCACAF Nations League aren't benefiting the USMNT as far as being able to compete against the best in the world. That's an L take. Well, it's the same thing that Rob Stone and Alexi Lawless were hemming and hawing about. Was it yesterday? Either way, they were hemming and hawing about it, saying, oh, they should be in CONMEBOL. The Nations League doesn't help. The Gold Cup doesn't help. I'm like, you just got owned by CONMEBOL teams. Well, not Bolivia, but Uruguay and Panama, who is a good team in CONCACAF, owns you as well. And you think you want to be in CONMEBOL, and you have the power to make life harder for CONCACAF. Oh, okay. Sure. Just admit you suck and you have a manager who sucks and your federation's a joke. Because as well, let's look at Canada. Right? Canada ain't complaining about being in CONCACAF. It's one of those. St. Louis did it. Or St. Louis Cardinals did it. I think about a month ago or so. But the past 2 years, they've had football theme nights and made football kits with Cardinals logos on it. I didn't go, but St. Louis is also a big football city, but they've done that as well. I think there are a lot of big football cities that do football nights at their baseball games. I don't know if the Blue Jays have, but I know the Cardinals have, and I guess the Mets have as well. Don't think the Yankees would, but that's just the Yankees because they're classic. But LA, I think, has as well. Not a big Dodgers fan, but I think I've heard of them doing it. So I don't think Toronto has, though. Exactly. Hurricane Barrel. Exactly. If we want to put a CONCACAF team in CONMEBOL, Bowl, it should be Canada, the ones who just made the semifinals in this tournament on their first ever shot. Well, I should say the first time they've ever played in this tournament, because they were invited back in when it was in Colombia in 2000. Back when it was in Colombia after the Gold Cup. They were invited one time when it was in Colombia, but they didn't make it because they postponed the tournament and said they wouldn't make it if they tried to do the tournament again, and it was due to country strife and all that. They didn't make it, but they were invited once before. They just couldn't make it. Will CONCACAF get invited next time in 2028? I hope Canada does. If Canada wins the trophy, they better get invited next time. But I hope it's Japan and Canada getting invited. Because I know Italy won't. But Japan normally gets invited a lot to Copa. And I don't know if they're going to go back to 12 teams. If they do, I want it to be Canada and Japan. So, there you go. Cross in. And Kevin Cabral scores. Horrible defensive play by St. Louis, and it leads to a 1-0 lead from Kevin Cabral. Colorado up 1-0. I mean, they just got pulled apart, St. Louis. Basically a 2-on-1. There was no way. Kevin Cabral. Goal. 1-0. 5 minutes in. Colorado. Okay, there you go. I would say after this, I'd say about, I don't know, next year probably not with all the guests. Or it's not as high. But I do think they'll do the best out of the CONCACAF teams with all the guests. But 7 minutes in, it's a 1-0 lead. It's actually 7. 7 minutes in for Cabral. A 2-on-1. There was no way. So St. Louis are down early. Armas is doing well with the Rapids, but he's been given players that are better for his system, who actually can play a pressing system. I'm not surprised, to be totally honest. Cleared away, and that will not be brought down. I think they will. I think everybody will bring, in CONCACAF, will bring their best squad to the Gold Cup. The question is do the guests bring their best squad? That's the question. And honestly, when I say guests bringing their best squad, I mean the Europeans. Yes. I think he's on the squad. Yeah. He's on the squad. It'll be out Monday, but I think he's on there. Yeah, Vittoria retired from the national team. If not chose to, he was forced to. He's still playing club football, but he was pretty much forced to retire out of the men's national team, which I'm not mad about it. Bombito's better. Exactly. Sam Vines. At this point with Cal but no Luna, honestly, I think you're right to question that, to be honest. Cabral crosses in. Rosenberry! Missed by Navarro. Almost. What a cross by Rosenberry, but Navarro just couldn't finish. It almost was 2-0. Will this be the first time the CONCACAF team will fail to defend their trophy? Next year's Gold Cup, I wouldn't be shocked if the CONCACAF Gold Cup goes to a non-CONCACAF team, yes. Exactly. There's a difference. How many penalties did they not give to Canada? That's my point. There was like 4. There was like multiple penalties that they weren't given, and free kicks and offsides that weren't really offside. Like, legitimately, those referees did everything they could to make Canada lose. I mean, Oluwaseyi, I think, was barely on. Oluwaseyi was barely on, I think. How many offside goals did they give to their opponents? None. But I don't think we put ourselves, besides the Peru-Lapadula goal, I don't think we put ourselves in a position to have offside goals possibly given. But I think it was so obvious they couldn't. The 2014 tournament will include 16 teams from CONCACAF. It'll include 2 teams each from CONMEBOL, UEFA, AFC, and CAF. 2025 Gold Cup will be played at each of the 16 World Cup venues as a test run for 2026 World Cup. Yes, that's why they tried to take the lasers out of Bombito's eyes. And that's why they suspended Nawel for as long as they did. Because you don't remember that. Well, there you go. Equalizer. Wait, they did? Holy crap. Going forward to St. Louis. Well, I did say it'd be a high-scoring game. St. Louis. Down the wing. St. Louis. Still St. Louis. Ball crossed in. Header. Goal St. Louis. 1-1. Norkvik Torresson scores the goal. No, it was Johnny Klein. John Klein. My bad. It was John Klein. John Klein with the equalizer. What a header for John Klein. And it's 1-1 St. Louis. What a run from Reed. What a run from Reed. He just got in there. He was like, boom, boom. Nobody on Klein. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful header. And that's 1-1. Johnny Klein. John Klein. With a beautiful run from Reed to take it all the way into that position to get the cross off. Goal de St. Louis, Johnny Klein. 1-1 esta noche. Exactly. I would think it would have around a 16. I think they're going to go Euro style. I agree. I think they are. Not so sure, but yeah, I feel the same way. Damn. Hope you feel better soon. Hope you feel better soon. Why did Nawel do that? I don't know. He's a shithouser. Man's like injured. He's pulling out a freaking laser beam. I'm like, dude, 13th minute. Play FIFA 18 MLS looks way different. Yeah. This game will be a high-scoring game. That was excellent watching Monterrey versus Pachuca 1-0 while watching your podcast. Well, thank you. Watching Monterrey versus Pachuca 1-0 while watching your podcast. Well, there you go. Prayed England gets invited to the Gold Cup so it comes home. What's wrong with you? I pray England gets invited to the Gold Cup so they could get embarrassed. So they could have the easiest trophy they could ever bring home and they still can't bring it home. That would be hilarious. That would be absolutely hilarious. Especially if Southgate's somehow still there. They didn't win the Euros and they bring their best 11. It would be hilarious. It would be absolutely hilarious when they don't win it. I don't know if it'd be even more hilarious if it was Canada or Italy that stopped them from winning it. Well, I don't know about that. I want them there so it doesn't come home. Honestly, FIFA 17. 15th minute, 1-1. Why is Apple TV not showing Dallas? I don't know. I thought Dallas isn't so close to barrel. They're playing in Kansas City. It's on, I don't know why. I thought I saw it. I don't know why. They're playing in Kansas City, so it's not even a hurricane barrel problem, but Dallas wasn't going to get hit as bad as Houston. Austin's not playing tonight, so there you go. They always score late goals to equalize. They park the bus. If England keeps playing like this, it's actually coming home. You do realize Spain will curb stomp them, right? Like, they'll make the final, but just like 2021, they fraud their way into the final to get curb stomped by another. Well, Italy didn't curb stomp them either. They just won on penalties. But you get my point. They frauded their way into the final just to lose the final. It seems very similar. This seems very similar. And Netherlands could beat them too. Oh, almost a corner for St. Louis. A little bit of a miscommunication at the back for Colorado in the 16th minute. Here's the thing, though. Spain or France, I don't care if France hasn't scored a goal in open play. They'll break out against England. They'll score 2 or 3. I believe it. They'll break out against England. But I can tell you this, if they do beat Spain. But Spain will curb stomp England. I do not see England beating France or Spain. They may get out of the side of their fraud bracket, their fraud side of the bracket. They're not winning the final, though. But I would like to see them in the final just to laugh at them when they fail. Header cleared away. It was fun last time, so. Next summer's football will be arguably bigger than this summer's football because next summer we'll have the 2014 Gold Cup, the 32 Club World Cup, Leagues Cup again on the U.S. in the same summer. I can't wait to cover that as well. The crayon flag. Koeman or Southgate will make the final. What world are we living in? A world where one whole side of the bracket was full of a bunch of frauds. That's the world we're living in. Well, should I call Netherlands frauds? After what happened? I don't know if I should. Deschamps is an overrated manager. Well, I don't think he's that great, but I think Thierry Henry at the Olympics will play better football than Deschamps, in my opinion, but we'll find out. I think we're doing the France-USA game, so we'll find out. True. I don't think there's a rain delay going on. Must be a technical difficulty. I think they're still playing what I read. That would be a good game. I might just go to that one just because I could. Really. If it happened, I would go. Just because. Just because. '18th minute, 1-1, and St. Louis have stabilized this game so far. I just still think it's going to be a goal fest, so we'll find out. But please, Busch Stadium, host another international football match, Gold Cup maybe. I don't think that'll happen now that City Park's a thing, but besides, it is also a baseball pitch, so I think St. Louis always did it better, but, not because I'm biased, just because I think they have a bigger field, but Busch, but I think now the City Park's a thing. Maybe a team like Busch Stadium's CONCACAF eligible, but now again, because City Park's a thing. How do you think CONCACAF, USSF, and FMF will schedule a Leagues Cup next year? Because there will be some players that represent their country in the Gold Cup, represent their club, the Club World Cup, and represent their club in Leagues Cup. I'm not sure. We'll find out how they do it. I have no idea. I'm not a scheduler. I just follow the schedule. I schedule my videos, but I schedule my videos by the games that are scheduled. So I don't know. I'm not a scheduler of the matches itself. Pachuca losing to Monterrey. You're saying Toronto might have a chance. You're saying we might have a chance. I'm kidding. We won't. Well, hey, at least Laredo also will be back for those games, though. So, how we doing, Rory? Timbers lineup's out. Good 11, even without Evander tonight. Stop scheduling your schedules. Boom. Zach McGraw back on the bench. Good. I would hope so. I like the bigger Club World Cup. I think that's fitting. And I think it helps build other clubs as well. So, I hope it does. I don't know if it will, but I hope it does. Yeah, I'm not surprised. And also Carly Lloyd as well. They were both cheap shot in Canada. I'm like, why are you so pressed? Like, your team sucks. Why are you so pressed? 2 months of crazy schedule. There will be many double week games in September, October. I think there'll be a lot of double week games all the MLS season. Cross in, shot save. Like MLS season and Liga MX, I think there's going to be a lot of double jornadas. There's going to be a lot throughout the season. For MLS, the whole season. For the Apertura, which player from the Premier League would fit in TFC? Is Ruben Loftus-Cheek still in the Prem? Is Ruben Loftus-Cheek still in the Prem? I don't know. He's not. No, Zaha's not still in the Prem. He's at AC Milan. Oh, yeah, he left with Pulisic and Girault. My bad, you're right. Damn it. Give me like Armando Broya. Give me Armando Broya. We need a striker. Give me Broya. We just need a striker. Well, he's in the Bundesliga. I still think of him as somebody Chelsea really missed out on. That's my problem. I'm still pissed off they let go of him. That's why. So I guess I'm still in denial. That's why. Not as much about Pulisic, but definitely about Ruben. They missed out on him. 2018 Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Sorry, ball. Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Streets won't forget. Streets won't forget. True. I hope so, too. Be all European teams in the last 8. Maybe Palmeiras, Flamengo sneaks in there, but I'll still cover it all. Cross in. Header punched away by Stefan. Cross in, blocked away. Throw in for the St. Louis. Corner. Wait, no, throw in. So, yeah, just give me Armando Broya. We need a striker. Kane ain't that bad, but he don't play at the Prem anymore. Well, Chelsea didn't use him to the point he left for AC Milan. And Milan really isn't using him either. So, I don't know how good you really think he is, but we could play him. He's tall enough to play striker, or we could let him play the 10. Either way, he'd be useful comparatively. Loftus-Cheek better than Enzo. I agree, actually. I actually agree. Enzo sucks. Like, Enzo legitimately sucks. He even sucks at Copa now. It's sad. I actually agree. Give me Loftus-Cheek. Chelsea does better without Enzo. Agreed. And I just think he sucks now because, well, he sucks for Argentina as well right now. So, last 7 games, they won like 6. Sporting Kansas City 2, FC Dallas score 2. TFC need to sign a center mid yesterday. I agree. I think they need a number 10. I think losing Coelho really hurt. I think what they should do is sign a number 10 because we've always needed a number 10 since we got rid of Pozuelo. Somebody like, I don't know, a Rafa Mata Nunez. I'm still I'm still pushing that agenda. And put Oso at the 8, at least until Coelho comes back. Cross in, that'll be cleared by St. Louis. I always become a big fan of the lone players, at least for TFC. Lucas Hansen. Well, I wasn't really a fan of Gallardo, but Benazet, well, no, we had Gallardo permanently. He just barely played him. I was a fan of Benazet, really a big fan of Benazet. Big fan of Lucas Hansen. Piatti feels like a lone player, even though we had him permanently for a year. I was a big fan of Piatti, Pablo Piatti, by the end of it. Over the bar, Richie Laryea when he was on loan. I mean, he was there before as a permanent. Then he came back on a permanent, but he was still there on loan for a while. And it sort of, I guess, was like that, to where then he went to the Vancouver Whitecaps. So it was kind of like, oh, we may have screwed up here. But the Vancouver Whitecaps couldn't keep him or Junior Hoylett, and we got Richie back. So it all worked out, I guess. It all worked out. Sanabria for the Timbers, that's a good move. I like that. But again, personally, TFC should sign a number 10. Like, either bring back Pozuelo, because it seems to me that he doesn't really like the UAE. If they could bring him back, that would be great. But if they can't do that, Rafa Mata Nunez. Because we can't trade for Schaffelberg. Did Laryea play for Forest? Barely. A couple of times. Barely. A couple of times, but barely. 26 minute. They never gave him a chance. They never gave him a chance. And Nuno didn't either. That's why we got to keep him. Or we got to bring him home. Because he was also on loan to Vancouver for half a season. Then that ended. Then we got to bring him home on a permanent. Because Nuno didn't want to give him a chance either. Dumb is what I say. Dumb. Dummy. Yeah. Yeah. Dummy. Yeah. Yeah. TFC could have gotten Tony Fruk from Rijeka on loan. He's the best playmaker in Croatia. Had double the assists as the second leading assist player. Well, if they could still do that on loan, I'll go with what you say as well. But again, for me, and maybe this is the way I look at it, if I was the manager and making the system, which I still think it could fit Herdman's system, the way that Rafael Mata Nunez plays, I think he would totally be amazing as a number 10. He can play the wing as well, which if Insigne is hurt and we have to push somebody out on the wing, we put him in there, then put Oso, and then put Coelho back in when he's healthy, or Servania. And I guess you could still live with it, but knowing how absolutely fragile Insigne is, but in through, shot off the post by Colorado. What about Chris Wood for Toronto? We need a striker. I would take Chris Wood. At this point, I would take Chris Wood. Can't be worse than Owusu. Personally, you know what I want to do in that case is somehow, I think Minnesota might be dumb enough to take this. Trade Owusu for Tani Aluazei. Take Tani Aluazei, put him as our starting striker. They have Owusu and Pukki. I think they're dumb enough to take it. I think they might be dumb enough to take it. I think Minnesota might be dumb enough to take that deal. Because think about it like this. Tani Aluazei looks amazing at the Copa. I think he is bound to score a goal. He's making good movements. If he was playing with somebody like Schaffelberg instead of Liam Miller, I think he would have scored already. He did score that offside goal as well. He's making good runs personally, but he only has one MLS goal with Minnesota. He just really started popping on the scene, but even there, he's had good movement. The goals are going to come, is my point. So what we do is say, hey, Owusu does have more goals to his name in MLS than him. Be like, hey, we'll trade you Owusu for Aluazei. We bring Aluazei to Toronto. He's the starting striker. The goals come here, and then they have Owusu and Pukki, and they just lose that trade. Because they'll be dumb enough to take it, but that's what I would do. And we also lower a budget charge on our salary cap because Tani Luizé is being paid peanuts compared to Owusu. What a genius move. What a genius move if they take it, which I think they might. Minnesota's never been the smartest team. I say we go pull some highway robbery on them. It's my opinion. My opinion. But if Toronto were to sign this summer Rafael Mata-Nunez and trade for Tani Luizé and basically have Larea and Oso be like new signings because Oso barely played this year and Larea's only played one match, so he's pretty much still a new signing. I think that's a good summer. I think that's a very good summer. And also, you got to get a defender. But, hey, at least those 4 things, that's a good start. Now, maybe throw freaking Rosted out the airplane and get a good defender. Yeah, you're clean. You're absolutely, you're on fire. You're on fire. Exactly. That's my point. They let him go AWOL twice. So, you know what? I like our chances to fleece them, to be totally honest. And they still got Timu Pukki, though. So, I'm just saying. We could totally fleece them with Owusu. Header. They've also haven't played Tani as much either. So, they still trying to roll with Pukki. So, again, they might just be dumb enough to get absolutely fleeced. So, I believe it. I say make that damn call. Playing forward, 31st minute, 1-1. What's the worst thing Greg has done? I don't know. Honestly, the 1-1. That was his reign in a nutshell. Roman Berkey might be pulled out of this match for Ben Lunt. Ben Lunt is coming in for Roman Berkey. Yeah, this game's over. Roman Berkey's coming out for Ben Lunt. For St. Louis. Oh, no. Like, in my opinion, what Greg should have done was tell them, hey, defend smart. Defend smart. Defend smart. Defend the free kick. Not go, hey, it's 1-1. That is a loser mentality. That's probably the worst thing you can do is show a loser mentality. Should USMNT get an Argentinian coach? You're asking that question like they're a Mexican national team or a Mexican club. Honestly, if we're going to go South American coach, I'd try to pluck Juan Carlos Osorio from Xolos. If I was the USMNT. I know he has a job, but I would rather go for Juan Carlos Osorio, to be honest. I can't believe he went to Xolos. Hell, I can't believe he's got him playing good matches, to be honest. He speaks English. You've seen him swear. Yeah, I know Juan Carlos Osorio speaks good English. I just watched some of those older Football Americas interviews he did before or during the World Cup. So he speaks good English, and he's very good tactically. I think he'd be good for the U.S. I've always been a fan. Personally, I've always been a fan of Juan Carlos Osorio as a manager. I think he's very underrated. I think he's a very underrated manager to out in the world of football. I think he's very underrated. I don't think people give him the respect he deserves. He won their first game with Xolos, took Piojo 13 games to win with that team. Piojo was right. It wasn't his fault. That team just didn't care. Mexico sacked him for less. 34th minute, cross in. Header, cleared. St. Louis shot over the bar. Been pretty even, but St. Louis has had their moments since the first goal. I think it's deservedly a draw. Probably at this point, yeah. Colorado. Well, speaking of that, they play it long. Long ball over the top, and it's Kevin Cabral again. And he's going to play it in to Navarro or not. Goal! Bassett! Cole Bassett with a goal. 2-1 Colorado. Plays it over the top. Cabral finds Bassett. Bassett assisted Cabral. Now Cabral assisted Bassett. 2-1. That's what happens when you don't have Roman Burki. Boom. Good shot by Bassett. I've heard. I saw it, but I've heard. And yes, they've advanced further than Brazil. I would have never guessed. Well, no. Maybe I did guess it because I had Canada in the semifinals the whole time. 36-minute, 2-1 Colorado. I had it the whole time, actually. What happened to David Ochoa? David Ochoa. Narcissistic jackass. Basically talked his way out of multiple positions and having any hope to be a professional player. He did it to himself. Cross in, saved. That's what happened to him. Vermees out. As I said, narcissistic jackass ran his mouth way too much and led to himself not having any professional playing spots. Now he's a goalkeeping coach somewhere, actually, which is crazy considering now he's a goalkeeping coach. I think at the USL, either way. Well, that Uruguay team was different, though. This isn't the BL. That wasn't the Bielsa Uruguay team. This is different. Shot! Past the post. Technically, that was a Diego Alonso Uruguay team. Now, they did slap us in that friendly. I remember watching it, but that was a Diego Alonso Uruguay team. This is Bielsa, so difference. And also, this is a Jesse Marsh Canada, not John Herdman Canada. So it's not the same. It's not the same. It's not like, yeah, we're playing the same country, but nothing. Hell, even the roster is a good bit different. So, you know, I just played the LAFC too. Well, there you go. But wasn't that like last year? Stand up to Canada at the Dreadlands. Stand up for Canada at the Dreadlands. What's your favorite pasta? Ooh. I don't, man. Penne pasta, I like. Yeah, we'll go with penne pasta. Alfredo. Yeah, we'll go with those two. Nachos do a St. Louis game. They're losing, though. I felt like doing a St. Louis game since they were playing a different day than Toronto. I felt like doing it. Both. Both, yes. Ooh. Oh. I feel like Vasquez meant a lot to the team. Bradley was a good captain, but I think Vasquez changed everything. I think that's what closed the deal. He was the missing piece. I'm going to go with Vasquez. I'm going to go with Victor Vasquez in my book. He's higher in my esteem than Bradley, so we'll go with that, in my opinion. 39th minute. Corner for St. Louis. Could they tie back up before the half? Hurricane Barrel. Well, it will be Hurricane Beryl in a couple of hours. The early effects for Hurricane Beryl are coming in to Houston as we speak. So with that happening, the fact there could be spin-up tornadoes, heavy rain, thunder, lightning, and people need to prepare for the storm anyway, they postpone the game due to the fact people need to stay in place anyway, because by the time the game ends, it's going to get closer to the time where you need to be home and stay in place from that storm. So it's really just the fact of the early bans are already coming in, even during when the game was supposed to play. The fact people should be staying at home and getting their preparations ready for Hurricane Beryl. It's that simple. So the storm isn't, yes, the first bans are hitting, but no landfall till the morning. But my friend went to Cancun, had to go through Beryl. Well, tell him I did the same thing with Hurricane Emily 19 years ago. Tell them I did the same thing with Hurricane Emily 19 years ago. Tell them that. Let's see if they get big into hurricanes as well. But hey, I hope they're safe. I hope they're doing well. And I hope they weren't too torn up mentally by the storm. Because if they wanted to look at the damage and saw the damage, I'm sure that some people would be torn up by that. Me, it made me just be very interested into hurricanes and severe weather. Some other people could tear up. And if you had to leave the city still, you'd have to see the damage anyway. So it's depending, but I hope they're doing okay. I hope they're doing okay. That's a you thing, not a me thing. I guess you've been looking for something that's close to hair removal or hair renewal cream, and well, there you go. That's a you thing, not a me thing. That's a personalized ad. He came from Barca, yeah. 2017. I'm in Houston. We get Beryl tomorrow. Yep. Landfalls in the morning. The first couple of bands are coming in as we speak. I've been watching the coverage before this. Duh. And I'll be watching after this. Duh. But, right. But landfalls in the morning, about 6, 7 in the morning. Category 1 hurricane. It's going to get there. It's going to get to a Category 1. It's still a tropical storm as we speak, but 75 miles per hour doesn't really change anything. It's still the same effects really anyway, but yeah, I could, well, fair enough, but 2-1, 42nd minute. Well, technically, he's still the nominee, and he's still technically the president. I don't know how much. Well, if he keeps going in denial for like a week, he'll still have a job after Southgate gets fired. If he could just hold on for another week, Which, the way he's going through the 5 stages of grief, he might hold on for another week. It wasn't going to do that in Houston, no. Somebody said it's going to be like Harvey. I'm like, no. Thanks to a little bit of shear in the Gulf, but it's still going to get to a 1 now. I don't like it. They deserve to lose for disrespecting Dorival like that. It shows they don't respect him, and they got what they deserved. I didn't like it. 44th minute. Jardine said Brazil's looking for him. Okay. They might just fire. Well, I guess they would have to fire Dorival then. Well, yeah, if they're not respecting him. Well, that was a Category 5 when it was closer to Jamaica, Grenada, in that area. But again, prayers to Jamaica, the Grenadines, Grenada, because Beryl absolutely bulldozed the Antilles, Grenada, the Grenadines, Jamaica. it was much worse over there than even the Yucatan got. And the Yucatan got slammed too. But prayers to the islands, prayers to Jamaica, prayers to all affected by the storm, especially the stronger it was. It's a very sad thing to see, and I hope the people are doing fine, are starting to recover and build back well. When was the last foreign coach for Brazil? It's been a while. It's been a long time. I don't even know. Ancelotti would have been the first one in a long time if he would have went, but 3 minutes stoppage time, 2-1 Colorado. Solari is Brazilian or Portuguese? I thought Luis Felipe Scolari was Brazilian, yeah. Yeah, he's Brazilian, yeah. Maybe could be Portuguese, but I thought he was Brazilian, so let's fact check. Brazilian. Scolari is Brazilian. Yep. Brazilian. Go St. Louis. They ain't looking good. I remember after the 7-1 game, someone said he coaches like a gym teacher. Or Germany was just really good at that point. Greetings, saludos. He was talking about Luis Felipe Scolari. It'd be amazing to see that happen. No, I want Morocco, Algeria, Japan, Australia, England, Italy, Venezuela, and Brazil. And if New Zealand could play in the prelims, that would be great. But I don't think they should call Argentina. Oh, no, they will, though, because Messi's still in the USA, so it will be Argentina. Hopefully Venezuela. I want to see another Canada-Venezuela match. Honestly, Colombia-Venezuela would be better, but they'll probably call Argentina. They'll find a way to get them in there. That's realistic. But personally, Morocco, Algeria, Japan, Australia, Italy, England, New Zealand in the prelims, hopefully with Fiji, I guess. Like, let the OFC teams fight their way through the prelims. That'd be nice. Give them a chance. Show them some fairness. But there you go. And then it'll probably be Argentina, but I'd rather be Colombia, Venezuela, personally. Qatar's already invited for 2025. They were invited for 21 and 23, but if they bring back Qatar, I'm going to pull my hair out. I want Japan and Italy for, of course, my other team's reasons. I want England so I could see them get embarrassed. Morocco would be nice, but I won't push it. Last comment for hurricane barrel status. Tropical storm barrels intensifying Gulf of Mexico, heading towards southern Texas, where it's expected to become the first storm of the 2024 Atlantic hurricane season to make landfall in the U.S. And it won't be the last one. Probably one of the first, one of the 12 to do it, what the numbers we're going to see. But if they wouldn't say they're going to announce a decision if he's fired, or if he wasn't fired, let's put it like that. 2-1 at the half between St. Louis and Colorado. They announced that there's going to be people invited, yes. It's been a rumor since last summer, but I think they announced there's going to be nations invited. Later than that, of course. As long as Japan's there, I mean, I don't care if they bring Qatar. I'd rather it be Australia, but as long as Japan doesn't get bumped by Qatar, like if it's Australia, Qatar, and it seems like Qatar bumped Japan, I'm not going to be happy. But if Japan's there as an Asian team and Qatar just so happens to be the second, okay, Japan's there. Like, I'm not so passionate about Australia to, be mad about them if they got bumped. Now, if it's Saudi Arabia and Qatar, and both got bumped for Saudi and Qatar, yeah, I'm going to be a bit pissed. I don't know. I ain't heard nothing about it. Seems like it isn't. I like it. I think he should be the manager, but we'll see what happens. We got a new coach. I want them to bring the A team to the Gold Cup next year so we can get rid of the taste of Copa. I think they're going to bring the A team to Gold Cup no matter what, considering the Nations League finals in March. They will bring the A team to the Gold Cup, even if it's still Berhalter. But it'd be better if it was a new coach. You had a great season with Chivas. Shut the hell up, Piojo. I didn't say I wanted Japan. If Japan end up winning the Gold Cup over anybody but Canada or Italy, I'm fine with it. That's a win for me. It's a win for me. Well, good for him. If Italy's there and Canada doesn't even make the final, I want Italy to win it. If Japan's there, Italy and Canada don't make the final, I want Japan to win it. Because in that case, even if it is a CONCACAF team playing them, I'm going for one of my teams in that case. So, there you go. Nowhere. With that being said, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats. 2-1. We'll get this one going. But we'll take a short break. We'll be back for the stats at the half, get this one going, sit tight. 2-1, Colorado. Back for the stats at the half. I win either way. I'd be rooting for Canada, but I win either way. So, preferably on penalties, I guess. Preferably on penalties, I guess. Stats at the half. 50% possession to 50% possession. 5 shots to 5. 2 shots on goal to 2. 160 accurate passes, 79% to 136, 72%. 1 foul to 3. 0 corners to 7. 5 shots to 5. 2 shots on goal to 2. 202 passes to 189. 79% pass accuracy to 72. 11 throws to 16. 1 offside to 1. 0 yellow cards to 0. 0 red cards to 0. 2-1 Colorado. I think it's been a pretty even game. I think 2-1's a fair score. I think both teams have had a lot of chances. In both cases, I think St. Louis has had their chances. I think Colorado's had their chances. I think Colorado's finished more, and they've got behind St. Louis a good bit more. I think 2-1's fair, but it is a goal fest as I expected. If there's one more, that over is going to hit, which I'm not surprised about, which I said would happen. Here we are, which I thought would happen. So we got one more, which I think we will in 45 minutes. There you go. Same, pretty much. And all the percentages of my blood also have reasons to hate that country. So it just comes naturally, I guess, but it doesn't. It does help. Exactly. Japan Club revealed Yokohama F. Marinos 40,000 or 40.000. Kawasaki Frontale 22.000. Ventfret Kofu 14. Urawa Red Diamond 7. Damn, that's a bit low. That's a bit low for a team that went to the Club World Cup. That's a bit low. It's a bit low. Under a second division team who made a pretty good run in the AFC Champions League. Oh, Lord. Second half about to start, sooner rather than later. That's interesting. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Thank you. Second half about to start for Colorado, St. Louis. Boom. Two more games to go this match week. Of course, Dynamo LAFC postponed due to Barrel. So 9:30 starts for Galaxy, Minnesota, and Portland, Nashville. Nashville still doesn't have BJ coaching until the Leagues Cup starts, so it's still Moonthali as we speak. Ooh, I'm going to go with the AFCON results, even though that's an absolute crazy show. Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast. No. I mean, Ivory Coast, you could make an argument for because they just won the AFCON. Algeria, I think, is up there. Senegal, I think. Senegal, Algeria, Ivory Coast. I think that's where I would go if I had to pick besides Morocco. I had to pick Algeria, Senegal, and Ivory Coast is where I would go. That's where I would go. Ghana plays well at times, but they aren't as good as they used to be. That's a problem. They aren't as good as they used to be, in my opinion. But second half about to start. Nigeria used to have a very good team. Once the stars aged out, they never got players with similar quality. I would agree with that. But again, it's sort of like Ghana. Ghana's sort of going down that road. Egypt's sort of going down that road comparatively to teams like Senegal, Morocco, Ivory Coast. I think Ivory Coast will legitimately be good. I don't think it was a fluke that they won the AFCON. I mean, the AFCON is crazy. I don't think it was a fluke. There's a difference. I don't think it was a fluke, personally. They got the results they needed, in my opinion, especially in the knockout stage. I don't think it was a complete fluke, especially with the manager they have now after they changed the manager. But we'll see. Maybe it is. I don't know. Great story, though. Great story, though. Second half. Waiting for the second half to start. South Africa 2010 World Cup was all right. Yeah, I honestly think Brazil's was better. Honestly, I think every World Cup I've watched since, of course, 2006 World Cup was awesome, nostalgia-wise, and Italy won it. But 2014 was better than 2010. I still think 2006 was better than 2010. 2014 was better than 2010. I think 2018 was better than 2014. I think 2022 was better than 2018. So I'd say the worst World Cup I watched since 2006 was 2010, in my opinion. At least out of the men's. If you add the women's World Cups, I still think last year was awesome. I still think the last year, 2023's Women's World Cup was awesome. I think 2019 was enjoyable. 15 is in there. I still think 2010's the worst. Yeah, I still think it is. I still think it is, in my opinion. Second half about to start. Colorado to kick off the second half. Morocco, Senegal, Nigeria, top three in Africa. Feels like Nigeria's kind of, what's the word? Belgiuming. The Uruguay-Ghana game was sad. Yeah. At that point, I legitimately wanted Ghana to go through. I'm not going to lie. That would have been an awesome story. And then, well, Luis Suarez did what he did. '46 minute. 2023 World Cup was crazy. Germany not making out of the groups. USA getting first round exit by Sweden. Honestly, the crossbar saved us, helped us advance. Man, the USA looked horrible in that tournament. '46 minute, 2-1. Is Haller better than Victor? Talk about Haller versus Osimhen. Shot! Oh, wide! Ooh, I don't want to go there. I like Sebastian Haller. He's got an amazing story, but Osimhen is better. Osimhen is better. 47th minute. St. Louis almost had a really good chance to tie the game up, but they did not. Ghana gone bad. They're going all the way down the rankings. See exactly what I'm saying. Monterrey's leading against Pachuca. So I guess Toronto might have a chance at the Leagues Cup. Shot, headed down, cleared by Blum. Blocked, cleared. St. Louis could push it up the pitch. They do not. They do not. Match doesn't say it all exactly. And honestly, just one moment. Plays down St. Louis. Vasilev wins the ball. Vasilev shot blocked. He really should have pulled out a bit wider to shoot that ball, but okay. Should have pulled a bit wider. Oh, that's a horrible cross. Trying to play the ball forward. No foul. Nope, it is a free kick. Colorado. Michael Wenzel gets called for the free kick, for the foul. '49th minute. Oh, yeah, yep. Tangle of legs, but still, that's a foul. Rosenberry. Throw in for Colorado. Free kick, St. Louis. How in the world is Almada losing to Tano Ortiz? It's not a semifinal yet. That's how. It's not a semifinal yet. That's how. If it was a semifinal, he might be losing. But right now, it's not a semifinal. So he could pull a win out of his culo. '50th minute. No Solomon Rondon today. Well, that also helps. But they still have... Oh, and no Eric Sanchez. And I guess maybe Almada knows his foot's out the door as well. So, 50th minute. That doesn't help either. You're right. Playing forward. St. Louis still on the ball. Plays it back. Oh, nope. Maxu clears. Still a very open game. Entertaining, I have to say. Throw in. Plays forward, given away to Colorado. Out for a throw. Colorado Rapids throw. .52 minute. Cabral on the ball, but it gets taken away. Colorado, Ronan. Blom. Wenzel. St. Louis switches the play. Vasilev. Falls to Vasilev. Still Vasilev. Klein. Cleared for a goal kick. Shot. Falls to Colorado, cleared. 53 minutes. Vasilev, but it falls straight back to Colorado. Throw in. St. Louis. Playing forward. .54 minutes. Given away to Colorado. Colorado, Cabral attacking. Crosses in. Still across. Shot! Off the crossbar! Another shot blocked away. St. Louis gets lucky on that one. Still 2-1. Vasilev chasing, out for a throw. On the ball. Wow. Navarro just smashes it into the crossbar. Inches away from 3 for Colorado. Inches away from 3 goals. 54th minute. .54 minutes of 90. Rosenberry on the ball, holding, plays it back. .55 minutes. Cleared away. St. Louis could push the ball forward. Will they, though? They do, but Stefan gets there first. Over the top. 56 minute. Header! Nothing there. Goal kick. For Lunt in St. Louis. Colorado has most of the possession of this second half. St. Louis had their moments, though. Cross in. Oh, wide. That goes wide. Corner for Colorado. Reed puts it wide. I don't know if I'd say that's the first thing he's put a foot wrong on tonight, but corner. 2-1. Colorado has the lead. Ronan take corner. Cross in. Header. Falls down to Vines. Vines puts it over. Rosenberry shot saved. St. Louis to attack. Still has the ball, but tackled all the way back up to the pitch. Chicharito still plays with the Galaxy? No, he plays with Chivas. Did you miss that? That was big news when he went to Chivas in the winter. That was big news. How'd you miss that? Been there for half a year. He hadn't played for half a year because he was coming back from injury, but he's been there on the roster for a year. Chivas a shit show. I wouldn't say so. Tomas Totland and Sam Adeniran coming on for St. Louis. They still have a chance to tie this game up. Jose Kojima's off for Sam Adeniran. And Akil Watts is off for Tomas Totland. 2-1. St. Louis can tie this game up. I wouldn't be shocked if they did. '59th minute plays forward St. Louis. Vasilev. Colorado could pick it up. You're an America fan too? Jesus, man. I didn't even notice that, really. Uruguay or Colombia? Honestly, Colombia. I thought Uruguay could make the final, but at this point, I think Colombia might just have that just extra bit of edge right now. But if Canada makes the final against Uruguay, it's the Leeds manager derby and the U.S. failed, the U.S. ones that got away derby. If it's Canada versus Colombia, it's the rematch of the 2000 Gold Cup final. And who won that final, by the way? Canada, right? So there's something to both matches. Let me tell you, there's something to both matches. 60th minute. Who knows? Maybe if Canada loses, we still could get the Leeds manager derby in third place. But, 60th minute. Is Araujo suspended? Yes. Yes. Wait. I think he got hurt. Now, Nandez is suspended for a red card, but I think Araujo got hurt, which is why Jimenez came on. But we'll see what happens in a couple of days. But I don't think he's suspended, actually. But he's hurt, so either way. '61st minute. I think Colombia and Uruguay will qualify for 26. I think they will, yes. 62nd minute. I think Venezuela will too. Brazil, I'm a little bit worried about. I'm a little bit worried about Brazil. 62nd minute throw in here. Playing forward, crossed, brought down by Colorado. Game's sort of evening out, or I'd say petering out. Yeah, we'll go with it. Where's final played in? Miami, Hard Rock Stadium, the home of the Miami Dolphins. The home of the Miami Dolphins. 63rd minute. So Messi's in his own backyard if he's in the final. And if not, well, Canada, that final ain't selling out. Hopefully it already is. You're going to see sad Argentina fans rooting against Canada if Argentina somehow doesn't make that final. Or they'll put the third place game at Miami instead. They'll just quickly shuffle it. Third place is at Charlotte, North Carolina, I think. Yeah. Chips over the top. Adeniran racing for the ball. Sam Adeniran. Shot. Doesn't chip Stephen over the bar. Navarro. Shot. Oh, what a save by Lunt. What a save by Lunt. Drops to the side. If the third place match is Argentina, I'm not doing a double. Let's put it like that. If it's Canada, I will do a double with TFC. Double review, double live. If it's Argentina in the third place match, I will watch the third place match because I think it comes on basically at the same time. But my review will just be TFC and the stream will just be advertised as TFC. So, but if it's Canada, I'll advertise as a double and then do the review as a double. But I may have the live go a bit longer if need be. If it's not Canada, though. But I'll still just do a TFC review. 65th minute. As it is, I'll still basically cover the third place match. It just depends if I advertise it or not and review it or not. That's all up to Canada, though. But I'll still be writing in this book by watching the game. So there you go. '65th minute. And also, if Canada makes the final, no suit. No suit for the CONCACAF CONMEBOL Copa final. It'll be a Canada jersey, not even putting on the top of the suit. Now, for the Euro final, I'll wear the suit jacket. I'll do the what's it called? Redneck dress casual. You know, redneck dress casual thing for the Euro final. I'd be so happy if Canada won, though. I don't care if it's a failure. I won't laugh at Argentina. I'll just be happy for Canada. That's the way I'll feel about it. Charlotte, North Carolina. Yeah. They're like, what, third in the West? I think they'll make the playoffs. I don't see them falling out of it. No. 66th minute. Tauntlin free kick. Header. Nobody's there. Goal kick. 66th minute. LA Galaxy score 1-0 over Minnesota. Well, there you go. Ethan Page is the NXT champion. Well, good for him. Lewis and Harris coming on for Colorado for Omir Fernandez and Cabral. 67th minute. Marco Stunt returned, what, to WWE? He joined WWE, is what you're saying? Hold on. Wait, Joe Hendry showed up? AEW. I'll wear the suit for the final if Canada loses on Tuesday, but if they win, I'll be wearing the Canada jersey. Yes, that's exactly what I said. That's what I said. And I guess for the Euro final, I might just wear the shirt and not put on the jacket. Then I'll throw the jacket on for the Copa final. '68th minute, 2-1 Colorado still. Well, LA Galaxy's better anyway. 1-0 Monterrey over Pachuca. LA Galaxy's better anyway. '68th minute. '69th minute. Imagine if the finals Canada versus Uruguay. I mean, the two coaches that Leeds had and the U.S. wanted would be coaching against each other. I finished your sentence for you. Cross in. I don't know which part's cooler, to be honest. '69th minute. Playing forward. Over to Barr. Goal kick for St. Louis. '70th minute. '70th minute. Portland Timbers 3-0 Nashville. Already? Jesus H. Christ. Already. Jesus H. Christ. Oh my God. Oh my God. 30 minutes in, 3-0. Holy shit. Did they just score again? 4-0 Portland. 4-0 Portland. Eric Williamson. Oh my God. 71st minute. Oh my God. I don't blame you. 4 goals in 30 minutes. Holy crap. That should have been the game I watched. Oh my God. 71st minute. Woo boy. 4. 30 minutes, 4 goals. Dear God, Nashville's horrible. Ay, ay, ay. I wonder how Rory's doing. I wonder how he's doing. 71st minute. Colorado playing forward. I wish this game would get over with. I think he probably is. 1-1 Minnesota, LA Galaxy. I think he probably is. I'll find out. I'll talk to him later. I'll find out. Ooh, my word. 4 goals in 30 minutes. Oh, my God. This is not what I expected from Portland. They are back. They're back. No Evander, no Phil Neville, 4 goals in 30 minutes. All right, that is something. That is something. They're back. The worst team in the world. The worst team in the world. But we're only 2 points behind Nashville if this result holds. Just saying, you know. I mean, we're only 2 points behind him if this result holds. Not that matters. Portland's got 33 points, 5th in the West. 73rd minute, 2-1. Colorado has 37 points, 4th in the West. Cleared away. St. Louis is actually worse than Toronto. We're only 2 points ahead of them in the whole table, but they're way lower than us on the Western table. So we're still in a playoff spot as we speak, somehow. That'll change next weekend, though, but I don't think there's any MLS games on Wednesday. I think that's supposed to be cup ties the midweek. It's supposed to be domestic cup ties. So, yeah, they'll probably change on Saturday. But, hey, if we were to beat Philly at home and hold on, we could be above Nashville and above Orlando on the weekend, 7th place, and nobody be one the wiser. Honestly, this is a snooze fest, and the Toronto game was a snooze fest. How we doing, Sean? Oh, LA still got a 1-1 or 1-0. Because by wins, if Orlando, they're playing the Revs. Oh, well. Okay, so that won't happen. But we'll be above Nashville because they're playing DC, and, well, if we win, we'll still be above them on wins if they draw. So, you know. In theory, right? In theory, right? 75th minute, free kick for Colorado. 75 and 90. Who do you think's going to win? I think this will end up a 2-2 draw. Just a hunch. I think this will end up a 2-2 draw. I'll take it with the way this game's gone. I think that'd be fair. Mazatlan's going to hammer Nashville and New England. I honestly agree. They were pretty good in Leagues Cup last year, weren't they, as well? I think they were. They were good in Leagues Cup last year, weren't they? To a certain extent. Mazapan. 75th minute. Oh, well, there we go. 76th minute, 2-1, Colorado, St. Louis on the ball. Looking to score. Colorado has an 83% chance of winning. I don't think it'll be a draw. They haven't scored any goals since their second, and St. Louis has had some chances of their own. I don't think the chance of winning really tells you everything in this match. If you look at the numbers, it doesn't tell you how this match truly has went. Unless Colorado scores here. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Plays forward. Good clearance by St. Louis. 2 chances St. Louis winning. I said a draw, not a win. I said a 2-2 draw. Where did I say St. Louis was going to win? I said a 2-2 draw. I said a 2-2 draw. Look at the chance of a draw, my friend. Look at the chance of a draw. 76th minute. 15 chance of a draw. I think that's likely. What did Omir change his number to, and is he playing? He was playing. They pulled him off, but he changed his number to 11. His Colorado number is 11, but they pulled him off in the 67th minute. I don't think Sammy would be helping you. I think he'd be helping me. Well, or maybe he's not helping either of us, and he just wants a title shot next. Either way. So I don't. But if I pretty much have you beat, what, you going to go Super Cena? It's my thing. Girault coming on and Markinich coming on for St. Louis. Wenzel and Blomoff for Girault, Markinich. 78th minute. Does the result of the current game show what the problem is for TFC? Talk about the game they just played, or are you talking about this game? Because you know what this shows? If you talk about this game, it shows that Armas got railroaded. As I said, it shows that Armas got given a team of old-ass men who can't press for that many games in a season. They always wanted Bradley, and they knew that they were trying to make Armas the scapegoat. And if he somehow made the playoffs, yeah, he'd keep the job back in 2021, but he didn't. They also gave Perez the same deal. He didn't make the playoffs. Bradley came in, and they thought he was going to fix everything, but really he ruined everything. Point being is we need better roster construction. So, yeah, if you want to go drill deeper, yeah, this game shows we need, if we're going to play current, more 2010 style football, modern football, we need a better roster construction. Most of the players we have on our team, especially ones that played last night, are not ready to play professional football. No, they're not. So, and this, because we had to rebuild because our older players all aged out. But we could have started to rebuild with a guy like Armas and given him players that he wanted and needed, but we didn't do that because we wanted to railroad him. Because Manning was the problem, yes. Or Manning is the problem, still. 80th minute. The next team Toronto plays is Forge on Wednesday in the Canadian Championship. The next league match is Philadelphia at home. So away to Forge, home to Philly. Corner for Colorado with 10 minutes to go. Plus stoppage time. Nashville got a red card. Before the 4 goals or during or in between the 4 goals? Because if they did, it's about to be 8. If they did now, it's about to be 8. It'll probably be 8 either way. But going forward, 81st minute. I didn't see a red card on the thing while I was looking at the score the first time, so I guess it just happened. Let's check. Yep, they just got the red card. Brian Anunga got a red card, 35th minute. Goal! 3-1 Colorado! 3-1 Colorado! Game over, game over. And it's Lewis. Lewis scores the goal. Jonathan Lewis, 81st minute, 3-1 Colorado. Jonathan Lewis, ball played forward. Ronan slips it to, and it gets crossed in and smashed home by Lewis with a little bit of a volley. Harris, the other sub, assists. Jonathan Lewis volleys home the cross at the far post. 82nd minute, 3-1. Yep. Yappy coming on. Yeah, it would be nice to send him to San Diego, and Bradley for that matter. But Navarro's off for Yappy, 82nd minute. 8 minutes plus stoppage time. Jonathan Lewis scores 3-1 for Colorado. You know what? I'm just going to leave this as a live stream. You know what? I'm just going to leave this as a live stream. I don't think that's a problem. Shot saved. I think we're just going to do this as a stream and leave the RSR alone. There isn't much for me to talk about. So after this, I'll see you tomorrow for the Copa America prediction or semifinal or quarterfinal recap, semifinal prediction. It's getting a bit late. Besides, I don't really think this one will get as many views anyway. How many goals does Omir have for Colorado? This season, he has 1 goal this season. 1 goal for Colorado. 1 goal. 1 goal. Let's see if he had any. They didn't play the Open Cup, I don't think. They didn't play the Open Cup, did they? No, he only has 1 goal. 1 goal. Don't predict the Euros too. I'll do that right now. There will not be a special Euros prediction video, but I'll do that right now. If you want to clip it, go ahead. For me, I think England's going to beat the Netherlands on penalties. I think Spain's going to beat France 3-0. And I think the final's going to go Spain's way 3-1. 3-1 Spain in 90 minutes. So, Spain beats England in the final. 84th minute. There's your predictions. Because Purina's headquartered in St. Louis. 84th minute. Lofelsund is coming on for Colorado. 84th minute. Getting to the 85th minute. 5 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Lofelsund and Anderson coming on for Colorado. Those will be their 4th and 5th subs. Edwards off. And Laraz off for Lofelsund. 85th minute to go. 11:24 New Jersey. 85th minute. And that's going to be it. 5 subs each. Any live streams are going to do? Nothing till Tuesday. So after this is over, I'll make a video tomorrow for predictions and recap and predictions. I'll be live for Canada versus Argentina on Tuesday. And Wednesday, of course, the double for Toronto Forge or Forge Toronto. And I will do a double live and review for Forge Toronto. Oh, wait, no, on Tuesday. No, first, we will be live for the Euro semifinal. We'll be live for the Euro semifinal first. France versus Spain, I think, is Tuesday. France versus Spain tomorrow. Or Tuesday, my bad. Tuesday. And then Canada versus Argentina. Two lives, 2 reviews. Then we have England versus Netherlands on Wednesday, live review. A double live and double review for Uruguay, Colombia, and Forge Toronto on Wednesday. Then Thursday, we do, I think, semifinal recap for the Copa. But no stream until Saturday. So I'm doing both Euro semis and both Copa semis, and also the Canadian Championship semifinal. So all semifinal week, I guess. And the final weekend. Final Sunday. 87th minute. Corner. So all the rest of the Euro games I'll be live for reviewing. All 3 of the last Euro games. There will be a review and live for advertised, at least. I guess technically you'll get 2 doubles and 2 singles for the Copa semis and finals in 3rd place. But, well, who knows? Who knows? 88th minute. We might not even really mention the 3rd place game if Canada doesn't play it. 88th minute. If they end up in the final. Because that's how they wouldn't play it. 88th minute. Man, what if that happened, though? Crazy how Canada's in the semis. Well, I mean, I had them predicted in the semis the whole time. If you remember my first prediction, I had them in the semis the whole time. I'm just saying. 88th minute. If you look at my first predictions, I had them in the semis. So it's not the first time. Canada's not getting to the finals. If they're playing it, it's not like it's impossible. They're playing a semifinal. Not like it's impossible. Yeah, I had them in the semifinals the whole time, so I always believed in them. I always believed in them. Like, everything I said would happen besides the Chile game, I guess, happened. They already played Argentina pretty toughly, so. Colorado game over. 1 more minute to go. Well, there you go, yeah. Playing forward. Shot! Goal! Goal for Colorado. It's 4-1. Darren Yepez slots it home for the last goal of the game. '89th minute. It's over. Yeah, I know it's over. Darren Yepez scores the goal in the 89th minute. Yep, they slide it through, and he just slots it home. Nutmegs Lunt. (4-1). Who's your favorite player? I mean, all time, Girault and Eden Hazard and Javinko are favorite player in the St. Louis game. St. Louis team, Edouard Leuven. I mean, he didn't play, but the favorite team, my favorite player on the team is Edouard Leuven. I would say for St. Louis tonight, their best player was probably, honestly, Reed. 3 more minutes left in this game. I'm honestly surprised, to be totally honest. I'm surprised they've been going down. But it doesn't even really help because the Jays suck anyway right now. So it's not like there's anything to really build out of. 91st minute, 3 minutes to go. Goal kick for Colorado. I mean, the game's over pretty much. I mean, I think they give us a player like Blom, Jabulo Blom, to help in the midfield, and we give them Raul Petretta. They need some cover it outside back. Hell, Blom could probably play center back too. But yeah, that'll work for me. Or you could also maybe throw Petretta and Owusu together and we get Adeniran and Blom. So we get a striker who's pretty good. We get a player like Blom to help in the midfield or center back. We give them Petretta and Owusu. Petretta might help them. I don't know if Owusu will, but I really could care less. Probably that evens the salaries as well. I could care less. '93rd minute. At the very least, I think Adeniran's a better version of Owusu as a stopgap who can score more goals. At the most of it, he'd be a very, very good striker where we wouldn't need a DP in that slot. They could buy a DP center attacking mid. That's the way I see it. That's my opinion. 1 more minute to go. What time is it? 10:32 p.m. 93rd minute. $30 to go. Colorado about to win this game 4-1, and that's where we're going to stop with it. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them. I hope they do have a great marriage. I wish them all the best. She has a handsome husband. He has a beautiful wife. I hope they have an amazing marriage. Adeniran, that gets cleared, seconds to go. Just blow the damn whistle. 94th minute. Chips it over. Cleared away. Full time. Full time, and it's 4-1 for the Colorado Rapids. And that's where we're going to stop it. All right. If you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification when subscribe. Send some chats on live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in playlist. Share friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you tomorrow, afternoon or evening, for a recap of the Copa America quarterfinals and predictions for the Copa semis. That's what we got tomorrow, and that's about it. See you tomorrow. I'm Ron, and I'm out. Peace.